Hi, good morning. How you doing? Welcome back to Delboy's Garage. Now today, I want to do a little FRO number 18, on a subject that I think pretty much all of you will join me on. I think this is going to be a unanimously agreed one. But I do want to provoke a little bit of debate, which is what the FROs are about. And this particular subject, wait for it, FRO number 18 is speed cameras. Yes indeed. Mobile and static speed cameras can fuck right off. Now obviously it's an extremely easy FRO, isn't it? Speed cameras can fuck right off. End of FRO. Thanks for watching. But no, I want to make a little bit more to it. You know me. Why say it simply when you can make a meal out of it? Now, this particular subject, honestly, it's been around since, I think probably about when did speed cameras first come in? There's a challenge for you. When did we see the first speed cameras in the UK? As far as I'm aware, it was like mid-80s or something. Anyway, just for those who don't live in the UK, those of you who are not local to the United Kingdom, we have, just to explain what they are. And now, obviously, all over the world, police, authorities, various agencies of law and order will use cameras to capture vehicles going too fast. And it's no different here in the UK. We have two systems. One of them is the static roadside camera. These are like this is purely for those who haven't seen them before outside England. A great big 10-foot post, and on top of it is a box. Talking of which, back it off a bit. And on top of that box is inside the box is a camera system. And the system takes 2 photographs of you as you go by, provided you go by quick enough to trigger it. And they're set usually about 10% above the speed limit. Now, as you ride along past the camera, there's a row of ladder lines up the road, just individual lines, only about 2 foot wide. So like the rungs of a ladder up the road. And the second photograph identifies how many of the 1 meter spaced lines you've gone over, so they can determine your speed. And obviously it's only triggered when you're going too fast, so that is the evidence. And do they put a police officer up the road on a bike to pull out and chase you and stop you and then say, now sonny, you're going too fast, jolly well don't do it again? No, of course they don't. That would be ridiculous. No, they just stick your fine in the mail and you pay it. You send your license off to the government agency, a wonderful government agency, with the remittance of 60 English pounds or 60 pounds sterling. And you get your license back with an endorsement of 3 penalty points. And that's for a basic speeding fine. If it's extreme, you might get 6 points. Now you only get 12 points and you get a ban from driving. They suspend your license, you can't drive. And for someone like me, who needs my license for driving or for work, I have to be careful. So that's the mobile one. That's simply how it works. The static ones are a van. They're a little small domestic sized van, and the back doors have got issues up ahead. The back doors have got a like glass in, and I think it's bulletproof by the look of it, for quite obvious reasons. And they have a camera system inside the vehicle, and they park the vehicle at the side of the road, where it can observe vehicles overtaking. So as you're riding up the road, it will just be parked up there. Now obviously for a car in the UK, we have number plates on the front. I know you don't in the States, but we do in England and Britain. But bikes don't, only on cars. Now they'll catch you because they also have a camera facing out the front of the vehicle, out through its windscreen. So if you go by too fast, they'll still get the back of the bike to get your number plate. Now these vans, they're something that I think we need attention to here. This is what I wanted to mention. Now these mobile cameras, they're very much the same. If you're going over the speed limit, nobody stops you. They just mail you a fine in the post and you have to pay it. And it's expensive. It can be anything up to £1,000 depending on the speed that you're doing and the limit in which you were doing it. So that's pretty much it explained and what they are. Now, what gets me about these vans is they operate, or they are operated, by a government agency or a private company that's backed by a government agency. Stick with me. And the agency in question is called the Safety Camera Partnership. And what I think is fucking hysterical is the term safety and partnership, because in the one instance there's nothing safety related about these cameras. They're not there for safety. Alright, driving in the speed limit is safer than driving above it, but it's not what they're for. In my personal and humble opinion, they're about revenue gathering. They're about making a lot of money. 500 people a week are caught with these things, and 60 quid a time, as the Americans say, do the math. It ain't hard to see, they're making a fortune. The Safety Camera Partnership, okay, so it's for our safety, so we'll say that's that, is it? So they're helping us stay safe. Well, there's another issue, and that issue is that if you're riding up the road, driving up the road, whatever, and you see one of these vans on the other side of the road, designed to catch the vehicles coming the other way, then you might think, especially if it's a fellow biker, just warn the guy, do the old mongy thumb down. Hey mate, camera, slow down. You know, we all do it, flashing the lights at the cars coming up the road, just to warn your mates. It's all part of the brotherhood. And that practice, if you're caught, can get you arrested and charged, believe it or not, with perverting the course of justice, which carries jail time. Obviously it has to be severe, but the point is that I really don't get is how it's about safety one minute, but the next minute it's about justice. Because justice, what is justice? Justice is punishment. So this camera thing, it's about punishment and revenue gathering. So they're feeding us a line, aren't they? They're just feeding us a line. It's nothing to do with safety. They're not there to keep us safe. They're there to make sure they catch us. Because if you go warning someone and preventing them from catching wrongdoers, you know, those evil criminals that go fast, then you yourself become a criminal. They vilify someone for warning them. Me, I call it remote management. But this whole matter of vilifying the vehicle user, and I'm talking about car drivers as well, so those of you who just drive cars watching this, it's all of us, we're all at it, every single vehicle, every single day breaks the speed limit. It just is the way it is. But these cameras are set at 10%, I think +1. There's speculation on where exactly they're set, but this is the point. What are they doing? Vilifying innocent road users. I'm a law-abiding citizen. This can fuck right off, it really can. The worst I do is I cuss people out now and again. The worst I do is maybe I ride too fast. I don't ride recklessly, I don't do wheelies, I don't endanger other people's lives, but if I'm doing 36 miles an hour in a 30 limit, suddenly I am a criminal. And that can fuck right off, because I'm really not. I don't get it. There's plenty of proper criminals out there. The police moaning all the time, they haven't got the time and the resources to deal with this shit. Alright, fair enough, it isn't the police that actually deal with this. It's the Safety Camera Partnership and the government. So all of that, this goes a little bit further now. So those Safety Camera Partnership thingamabob gathering revenue conspiracy machine box vans can fuck right off. But there's a little bit more to this, and it's this lately in the summer round here, because this is a seaside area and it's quite a busy holiday resort, and we have a weekly bike meet. It's just down at Poole on the quayside. It's very, very popular. It's been going on for 20 years now, and you get about 3,000 to 5,000 bikes there on a day like today, and it's Tuesday evenings. Now, you might think, mightn't you, that if you were the traffic police top head honcho, you might send a posse of your officers in their best bib and tucker on their polished and shiny patrol bikes down to this event to hobnob, to mingle, to relate to reach out to identify with and understand their prey, their quarry, and maybe try and build some relationship, some rapport. And I guess sometimes they do, but not around here. Oh no. Last weekend and the week before, the Tuesday night before, they actually set up a sting operation. There wasn't a single police representative of any kind at the event. 3,500 bikes. They have their marshals that wander around in high vis, but they don't do any. They're not there for any form of authority. They're just to park you up safely so that there's a walk past. The police just weren't there though. And then word goes around at the event that they're up the road pulling everybody in. This goes around quite a lot. So I thought I'd go and have a look. My bike's legal. We're doing nothing wrong. Me and Penny took a ride past, and there you go. There they were. They'd set themselves up near the entrance to an industrial estate, pulling in just about every bike. We're not just talking of having a look at number plates and checking out tax discs. We're talking of a major sting operation. You would think they were trying to find a missing child or something. There were more high-vis police present people in this area than I've seen. You know, if somebody said how many police are there, I think the answer would have been all of them. So what's all that about? How is that helping any of us? Police sting operations deliberately set up to find, prosecute and nick as many people as they possibly can. That can fuck right off. It doesn't do me. I don't think highly of the police when I see that. I really don't. I don't appreciate it. When I see a police officer, it doesn't make me admire them. It doesn't make me think, all right, mate. I won't tell you what it makes me think lately. And there's another thing. And another thing. There's a thing that the police do, and this is probably going to get me slaughtered in the comments box, but I'm going to say it anyway, because you know me, big mouth. Now, there's a thing that the police operate in the UK called Bike Safe, and Bike Safe is on the menu. It says you can sign up for it. You can pay a varied amount of different fees for it, anything from 80 or 90 pounds for the day, right down to free of charge. And various different police officers or different police forces up and down the country, different police authorities have different tariffs. And in this instance, round here, it's 30 quid, I think. And you sign up for this Bike Safe and you ride with the police for the day. And the idea behind it is that they tell you where you're going wrong, where your weaknesses are, how you might improve that, blah, blah, blah. That's what they're meant to do. And I've spoken to several people who've done it. I haven't done it because I just can't take it seriously. Not that I think I'm any better than them. I really don't. I am not. But I just don't understand it, and I will not tolerate being bullshitted. Because every time I spoke to someone, all they've said is they've been, the end of the ride, they've been systematically dismantled. Their riding has been derided by the police representative. They've been practically humiliated at how crap they are. But if they sign up to this advanced riding course, then hey, you'll be much better. So do we see it yet? Are we learning yet? Exactly. Who runs the courses? 3 guesses. And that's what I think today, in my humble and not ill-considered opinion, can fuck right off, is being fed this bullshit. You know, we are not stupid individuals. We are not idiots. We are intelligent people. We ride motorcycles. We're not criminals. and yet you ride at 33 miles an hour in a 30 limit, go past a speed camera safety partnership van, and suddenly you are a public enemy number one. And out comes your fine. No negotiation, no mitigation. And I don't think it does anything for police, authority and public relations. I think all it does is sets up a further barrier between us. A deeper barrier than there's ever been. And I hate it. And these police sting operations, it's alright, I understand it if they're looking for rusty transit vans full of illegal immigrants or people driving around with no insurance and no license and risking their own lives because of the state of their vehicles. I get that, I understand that. But 99% of motorcyclists ride extremely competent vehicles. Vehicles that can outperform any four-wheeled car. And the inference that somehow we should be a target, motorcyclists should be a target because we're dangerous, is just nonsense. It truly is. And it's offensive. It really is. So there we are. It's a beautiful Saturday. Haven't had a chance to get in the garage this week. The old project has just sat where it was. The tail unit's removed. Just planning on where I'm going to cut the seat rails. But the project is going to be a slow one. I've had a lot of comments on it. What are you going to do? Where's it going? What's the update? Honestly, it's not going to be a fast project. Don't rush me on it. It's summertime. Me and Penny are riding. We're out on the bikes on Sunday, but in the afternoon I will do a little bit on the bike. Do a bit of a catch up. Because I don't get time. This has been a weird week of odd shifts, starting at 10 o'clock in the morning, going in an hour early to do 9 o'clock start for a bit of extra, pays the bills, finishing at 8, 9 o'clock at night. And that is, it's time expensive. It eats everything. It means that we just don't get time together. So as quality time with the lovely Penny Pit Stop is the most important thing to me. Oh God, come on. I've been putting that first, I'm afraid, and I'm sure you'll agree. That's what life's about. So there we go. That's all it was for today. FRO number 18, speed cameras, the conspiracy that they're somehow for safety, the ridiculous notion that they're there to keep us safe, and the fact that you can be arrested and get jail time for perverting the course of justice if you warn another road user that the camera's there. That can fuck right off as well. So take it easy, folks. It's summertime. Don't go too reary. Be safe. I'll see you next time.